Welcome all of you in online teaching learning process. We have started paper number first in organic chemistry, and now in this video we will start unit number 3, chemical bonding and molecular structure with respect to valence bond theory. So in the case of unit 3, chemical bonding and molecular structure with respect to valence bond theory, that is VBT. First we will see concept of hybridization and different types of hybridization, geometry of following molecules. First one, linear geometry. Example is beryllium chloride, that is sp hybridization. Then secondly we will see planar trigonal geometry, BF3 molecule, sp2 hybridization. Then we will see tetrahedral geometry, example silicon tetrachloride, sp3 hybridization. Then trigonal bipyramidal geometry, example is PCl5 sp3d hybridization. Then octahedral geometry, example SF6 molecule, sp3d2 hybridization. And last one, pentagonal bipyramidal geometry, example is IF7 sp3d3 hybridization. Then in the case of valence bond theory, already we know that valence bond theory discovered by Nobel laureate, that is Linus Pauling, and another scientist John Slater. So VBT discovered by Linus Pauling and J.C. Slater. So in the case of valence bond theory, that is atomic orbital theory, first we will see in case of valence bond theory, which is depends on covalent bonding, and covalent bond is formed by the overlapping of two half-filled atomic orbitals of two atoms having electrons with opposite spin. So here s orbitals combines together, that is ss overlap, and when p orbitals combine together we are getting pp overlap. When there is a single electron half-filled atomic orbitals, then it is unhappy, it requires another electron to complete its doublet. When the electrons are paired one, then it is a full filled atomic orbitals and it is a happy one and stable one. So in the case of valence bond theory, a covalent bond is formed when two neighboring atomic orbitals overlap. Then the overlapping orbitals may only contain two electrons of opposite spin. Then all s orbitals are spherical one, then all p orbitals are dumbbell shaped and d orbitals are double dumbbell shaped as shown in the figure. Then in the case of valence bond theory, we know that Linus Pauling explained how atoms come together and form molecules with the valence bond theory. So in the case of a covalent bond, which forms when two half-filled orbitals overlap to produce a new combined orbital containing two electrons of opposite spin. So this overlapping results in a decrease in the energy of the atoms and forming the bond. Bond is formed with stability. So the shared electron pair is most likely to be found in the space between the two nuclei of the atoms forming the bonds. That is the maximum space utilized by two electrons in between the two atoms or at the center of the two atoms. Then central theme of valence bond theory, basic principle of valence bond theory. A covalent bond forms when the orbitals from two atoms overlap and a pair of electrons occupies the region between the nuclei. So opposing spins of the electron pair, that is the region of space formed by the overlapping orbitals, has a maximum capacity of 2 electrons that must have opposite spin and the covalent bond will be formed. Then next we will see hybridization theory, which says that atoms involved in the formation of covalently bonded molecules will undergo structural changes in their valence level atomic orbital, and they will convert their atomic orbital into a new set of orbitals which are called as hybrid orbitals. Then nextly we will see the definition of hybridization. So in the case of hybridization, that is the phenomenon of mixing and recasting or rearranging of the atomic orbitals having comparable energy of an isolated gaseous atom to form a set of new equivalent orbitals is called hybridization, and the new orbitals so formed are known as hybrid orbitals. So in the case of hybridization, so hybridization means hybridization is the mixing of two or more atomic orbitals of similar energy on the same atom to produce new hybrid atomic orbitals of equal energies. So in the case of hybrid orbitals, orbitals of equal energy produced by the combination of two or more orbitals on the same atom. So hybridization explains the unique qualities of a carbon atom with its sp3 orbitals. So in the case of hybridization, that is the process of mixing of atomic orbitals of nearly same energy to produce set of entirely new orbitals of equivalent energy is known as hybridization. Then we will see some features of hybridization. The number of hybrid orbitals is equal to the number of atomic orbitals that get into hybridized. Then the hybridized orbitals are always equivalent in energy, they are having equivalent energy. Then hybrid orbitals are more effective in forming stable bonds than the pure atomic orbitals. When atomic orbitals combine, then we are getting hybrid orbitals and they are stable one. These hybrid orbitals are directed in space in some preferred direction to have minimum repulsion between electron pairs, and thus a stable arrangement will be formed. Therefore the type of hybridization indicate the geometry of molecules. That is depends on different types of hybridization which are having different type of geometries, which we will see in next videos. Then important conditions for hybridization, that is first condition is only valence shell orbitals are hybridized. Only valence shell electrons are undergo excitation and will be hybridized. Then orbitals undergoing hybridization should have almost equal energy, very important condition. And last one, promotion of electron is not essential condition before hybridization. In the case of hybridization, promotion of electron is important, but before hybridization there is no any type of excitation of electron is possible. Then most important question is, what is conditions for hybridization? Then first condition, atomic orbitals involving in hybridization should be of the same atom of an element, first condition. Then second one, atomic orbitals should have comparable energy one. Then third one, these orbitals should have similar symmetry. Then fourth one, these orbitals should be able to mix and recast or rearrange. Then the number of atomic orbitals involved in hybridization is equal to the number of hybrid orbitals formed. Then type of hybridization depends upon the number and nature of atomic orbitals involved in hybridization. Then next one, geometry of molecule depends upon type of hybridization. If it is a sp, then linear geometry. sp2, then it is a trigonal geometry. sp3, then it's a tetrahedral geometry. Such type of geometries are available. Then parent atomic orbitals differ from resultant hybrid orbitals with respect to their size, shape, energy and space orientation. Then resultant hybrid orbitals have maximum symmetry and definite space orientation. And increase in percentage of s character in hybrid orbital increases the stability of the system. As s character increases in hybridization, then that system or molecule is more stable one. Such type of multiple choice question will be asked. That is, as s character increases in the hybrid orbital, then stability goes on, increases or decreases. Then answer is increases. So conditions for hybridization is very important to study the hybridization process in various hybridizations, that is sp, sp2, sp3, sp3d, sp3d2 and last one sp3d3. So thank you all of you for listening this video.